Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. What comes and goes is not your real nature. So who is the seer of that? That's where you have to abide. You abide always there, but one is fascinated by what comes and goes. Yet this fascination brings pain, brings dilemmas of good and bad, of choices. So one starts to search, where is happiness, where is peace? While if he understood that any question or any answer or any state existing in this realm of coming and going is not what he is. I finally think that the confusion would go. But one has to hear too that he should never try to figure out what is real. Let it be through description. Let it be through trying to experience it. One is just it, and the rest is possible because this is there. All the rest is an expression, a creation of reality, of our real nature. So if there is any question about it, any question in the search, not hearing yet that, so don't search. You are what you are before even you listen to I was a search. Please ask questions. Tell your experience and why you stick to a belief that your body and mind is your reality. Where is it?
About the preferences and the great way, the person has no preferences, and the great way's first sentence, the great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. It is about the person who doesn't want to be this or that.
It's impossible for a person not to want to be this or that.
This is awesome. Oh my God. Yes. So
tomorrow you start again with a new explanation. Yeah.
I mean,
why not?
Yeah. I would say it now. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So it's the no preferences. It's about to the real nature. It's about the real nature. Whew.
Yeah? So, and real nature is where? It's what you are. Huh? So one can describe it only by negative. I know that it's not defined by a preference. And yet, you see, it can be seen wherever you are, wherever you locate yourself. Because if you see, the Great Way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. It can be also a way for the seeker, so the one who still seeks, so the one who still is someone for himself. And if he doesn't go to preferences, means he has not to take any movement of the mind or any movement of the emotions or any movement of the senses, just a moment to make the real nature reveal itself, being obvious. So you can read it from wherever you like. Still good. What happens when I as a seeker or I as a, what should I say, seeker, finder? If he doesn't take any direction, he's left with what? With what? And to call oneself a seeker is already a direction. Is already listening a movement of the mind. So no direction to I. What happens? So stay there. You are always there. Know that at least doesn't come and go.
Where does decision making come from?
The decision not to have preferences? No. Which decision?
There's one decision, that's what I see, that's to stay true to the
in
self.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my question came from, in life, when you live, you make decisions every day, and when this person arises to make the decision, or is it possible that a decision comes from the not person, from the beingness?
But you see yourself, when you make a decision, it is always with an object, no? Which can be a being, which can be inanimate, animate, which can be a feeling. I mean, there is an object of decision. Yes or no? Is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
So if there is an object, there is a subject.
Mm-hmm. So
it's the person who makes decision. Huh? Otherwise, the life can be lived, but without being a doer. Means I will still arise, but somehow the doership has disappeared. That's called freedom. Generally, what happens is that having made a step too much, in the sense of having a step in a movement of the mind, I am the one I think I am. Even if there are moments of giving up, when it's over, one goes back to what he knows, to what instinctively from where it started. And so this is a vicious circle, because then there is never a freedom, a liberation from vicious circles, from the identity I am limited and I describe myself in a few terms, like body-mind. While when you free yourself, you don't attach yourself to any movement of the mind. Movement can still happen with intensity or not. This is absolutely no value. But then when it's over, where do you fall back? From where you started. Means from what you are. And that's why this sentence could be uttered, nothing ever happened. Even though you could tell so much stories. That's called freedom from the tyranny of the appearance. Here is peace. You want some? Without being a drinker. Enjoy without being an enjoyer. Should start this way today, tonight. Yeah.
I wonder where is the subtle point when I go home from satsang quite clear, and somehow there is a point where it's turning
Into vinegar.
because I have the knowledge that okay, I don't experience maybe peace anymore, but I am that. I have the knowledge. But there is a point where it's only a knowledge and not a
You see,
reality.
when you wake up by this wisdom, I am that, means can you catch at the same time I am that and I'm something else? Because when you say I am that, still when something appears, you follow something else. That is the trouble. But then when you say I am that, you just stop. You just stop, even if it is for a split second, but you just stop. So what? In the appearance, things come and go. In reality, what never comes and goes, I am that. Just remind yourself this way. And give a moment of keeping quiet there.
Yes,
And you know deeply, huh?
that I need these remindings.
Yeah, sure, for a while. Of course, sure, for a while you will. It's called be vigilant. Be vigilant. Don't make what you are something. A something, and as soon you feel or you start to believe, oh, I'm a something. No, it's a illusory reality. It's not true.
Yes, the point. There is the point where I make this something.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing wrong because it is still in the appearance. But when you wake up to tell yourself, I'm not that or I am that, whatever reminding you have. Where are you? So, don't link yourself with, oh, again, this and that. This is totally the arguments and the reading of the mind which is fake. Yes. Put the essential not in the mind. Even if it looks to you with the clock, oh my God, 12 hours identification, it's a disaster. That's what I say, have a strong background. Let what is, you see, have more a print than the rest. Till there is no print, even if it appears this and that. So that is the vigilance. something more. Yeah.
It's very I find it more and more hard to be at work.
Yeah. Well, take your time.
Because you just keep losing yourself in the mind. I mean, I only work 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's not all that much.
You love yourself so much that you don't like to be lost 3 days. That's nice.
Yes. But I don't know what to do. Sometimes I feel like maybe I should just sort of walk out of the life. Something.
Walk out of the life. Oh.
And then you have these excuses like, yeah, I have some animals I have to take care of. So, I don't know, I'm just at a point, I don't know which way.
But where are you, apart from the 3 days of work? Where are you?
Trying to keep quiet, basically.
Yeah, but to keep quiet, to have a quiet mind?
I'm trying not to be in a quiet mind. I feel slowly I'm going past the mind.
Mm-hmm. Going past the mind. But it's not slow, it's sudden, huh?
Yes. No, that hasn't happened.
Okay. So know that the quiet mind gives you trouble because after, when you cannot be quiet because simply you work and it's agitated, then it's very troublesome because you love the quiet mind. But the quiet mind alone is not real too. It still belongs to someone who arrived there. It's a kind of accomplishment. But a limited one, a temporary one. And it will always be like this in the mind and in the body. Temporary states, even sublime they may be, it's temporary. So you have to understand that you still describe the mind of somebody, which is you as a body mind. Are you that somebody in reality? This is the question. So you say no. So you must know already some direction where I goes back to its source. Yeah? So again go there, and don't worry about activities. Be more busy to just realize yourself. And then, of course, we have to survive, so we have to do something and all that. They are secondary things. You just keep that in you to ask, who am I in reality? Who am I? And then, every time you have the answer where the question disappears. And know that is the essential. Don't worry too much for activity.
Well, that's one thing. I'm sort of, when I'm at work and it's like it's disappearing, and then I feel like
It's
sort of fake. You feel fake at your work because it's not really that important anymore.
But doesn't matter. You play the game. You show you are very good, and you don't like it at all. But who cares? I mean,
I like it.
yeah. Or I don't know what you meant, but you just do those things.
And when it's time to walk out, then you walk out. So
Out of what? Of the job? You want to
Yeah,
walk
that-
out of what?
the physical world, sort of.
Oh, but that's not your concern. It will be done when it has to be done. You have not to think of that. You can think that, what is this death? Is it only an event of body-mind? Because I know who I am, or I'm still thinking I will die? That's more important. You have to solve this question. Not through the mind.
Ganga,
Yes.
I would like to. Can I continue a little bit our conversation from yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a shame that I'm disappointing, even for myself. After yesterday's satsang, I wanted to do what you suggested.
Yeah.
You told me,
Yeah.
but there is this paralyzing method of the mind, which makes me unable to do it, not listening to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this was yesterday. Maybe you can do now.
I mean, since yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. But still it is yesterday.
Okay.
A minute ago is yesterday. Maybe you can do it now with me?
Maybe.
Because you see, the paralyzing method of your mind applies only here, it looks.
Only?
Here, only about this.
Yeah.
It doesn't look, it's so paralyzed, it looks, it works a lot. So, it's a resistance.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, it's a resistance because as I am born, he wants to keep real because he still loves experiences or still loves the belief of something. So what is so dear to you that wants to maintain this existence real. This existence will continue, apparently real. But now you think it's real. It is really what you are. So, what great concept keeps you or enables you to ask this question?
It's not a concept.
Then what is it?
It's a kind of experiencing, kind
What?
of sensing the different things.
Yeah, but then the sensing is, you are attached to the sensing.
Yeah,
Okay, so it explains when, that's why people, when they teach this often, even in the tradition, they speak what is an hindrance is the desires and the attachments. Hmm? Okay, if you're not enough of it, you think still that there will be some happiness in the end following that? Other than temporary?
yeah, it's always temporary.
It's always temporary.
Yeah.
So you are not fed up to go there. It's possible. I just
I
try to see what happens to you.
felt many times I'm fed up. Maybe I'm not fed up enough.
Probably, most probably, you have the answer. You are not fed up
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
But the moment you are fed up, take this occasion to see. I always speak of I as a body-mind. So as a description, as something which goes on changing. This body went on changing. Even when I knew you, you were younger.
Yeah,
Your ideas change. You don't put the same questions.
it's true.
Feelings must be the same. Yeah?
I agree.
Yeah. So, who is the seer then? It cannot be what you describe, what you can describe and see, which goes on changing, which dies at every moment to have another change. Cannot be that. You are already I alone without all those ideas and concepts. So just remain as I alone. Don't hook yourself to what you add, like body, mind, and all those sense of it and so on, just for a moment. And you will see you are still there, but freed from all this load. And that is not into time, because it doesn't change. Where are you? Tell me.
I'm agitated now.
You don't like. In fact, your mind don't like to hear this. I don't oblige you to hear this, but I cannot help to tell you things like that because you ask me. So I think you come. You ask me, so I reply. So somehow you also want to hear this. So for once, don't be tyrannized or see how much it is the mind only which troubles. I am not going there. You decide I'm not going there. I am not going into any presentation. Resistance, paralysis, and agitation is a presentation of the mind, which can be through senses or feelings, but it's a presentation. It belongs to the world of appearances and disappearances. Who is the seer who can speak about that, who can describe that? You keep quite there, where you already are the seer, where you already are yourself. And go back there, go back there. That's all. Where my words go when I speak. You listen to your agitation or you listen to me?
Now, I think more to you.
You don't need to think, you just open your ear.
Yeah. I'm just kind of speechless now.
That's good. It will also go away because it's temporary.
Surely.
So don't trust, don't rely on any experience or state as reality. I'm sure you heard me well now.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the attention is not to the thoughts,
Yeah.
then with me it resides in my body.
You change a thought for another. The thought
For
of
feeling.
the mind, you jump into a feeling, okay?
In a feeling.
You
yeah.
jump.
I cannot remember that I jump.
No, I explain you.
Okay.
That's why the mind is called a monkey. It jumps. Yeah, and then?
Yeah, then I when thoughts they come, and then the attention goes a little bit here, and then.
But you still don't know who you are. Because you jump from one thought to a feeling, then to a sense, and then to a thought, and then... You know, the life is passing like that. And nobody knows the meaning of it and what is what. That's why one becomes a seeker to search, but what's going on here? What's really in all that? It cannot be in jumping here and there that I will find
No,
a
that's
sound answer.
I know. No, that's not real. Oh, not real. It gives nothing.
Or what? Okay.
It gives nothing.
Okay.
Pain, yeah,
So
pain,
where are you left when you say that? So it's, what did you say last? It's not.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's
It's
all
nothing.
Pain.
Yeah, it's not valuable. So after that, you don't need to again talk. It's a conclusion. You keep quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I suggest you come to a great conclusion. It's nearly wise, amazing. I jump. It has no value. It gives pain. So, of course, I'm not happy there.
No, I'm not happy there.
Yes. It's a great conclusion.
Involvement is.
Yeah.
Pain.
So it's a great conclusion. You don't need to talk more. It's a conclusion of a very long dialogue and
Yep.
search.
But then I have the notion that the attention goes here, and maybe that's confusion too.
If you keep a notion, it's confusion. One notion is too much. It brings you back to the body or to the feelings or to the mind.
Yeah, but not too much.
Yes!
Yes, of course.
Revelation, yes! So,
Too much. It's too much.
so you can keep quiet now. You came to a great conclusion for yourself. Let your mind don't talk anymore. It did enough. Yes, this conclusion.
That's tricky.
So you keep quiet. You don't listen to your mind. You know the conclusion. You will not repeat like an old woman. It's always painful and it's not valuable and that's enough. And once for all, yeah,
You
that's
stop
right.
it.
Yeah, you stop it means you don't go there. This will not stop, but you don't go there.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. This will not stop. Jumping will not stop. But you may not go there. Or if you go there, you know, okay, I'm not that.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
yes.
you said yes.
Yeah, I said yes. Keep quiet. Yeah.
And then,
And then, yeah.
you sit now. Then, nothing.
Yeah, but.
Not but. You are jumping.
I heard him.
Yes, jumping. So don't jump.
Yeah, then I come back to this seeing.
What tells you that? Who is telling you that? The mind.
Oh, but I see it. Oh, I see it. I see.
Seeing is also a thought, it is a sense, it is an imagination. Don't go there. This is called movement of the mind.
This is also movement.
Of course.
But
Of course.
in this seeing, the looks that there is some sort of silence. Is this also? Is also
Yes,
mind?
yes.
All mind.
Sort of silence is part of the mind. It's part of some experience. You can experience silence, of course. It's not the real thing.
So what is real then?
What you are. All that comes from somewhere. And the secret, the solution is I, already an expression. Who am I? I don't name it. You keep quiet there. There will be no mental, sensual, and emotional answer. Otherwise, again, you jump. Again, it's a presentation. What you are cannot be presented. Will never be. And when it presents only temporarily as experiences. So don't confuse yourself for a presentation. That's what I say. What?
Yeah, what?
Why don't you swallow what I tell you? if you don't swallow it, you suffer. Because you navigate into presentations. Where are you now?
Yeah, here.
What do you mean here?
Yeah,
The
here.
body. You go back to the body to say here. Then you confuse yourself for the body. Now, if your neighbor in the town asks you where you are, you can say, yes, I am here physically and all that. But to me, who try to tell you that you are not your body, make an effort not to fall into this habit to always confuse yourself with the body-mind. So where are you now, I ask, if you don't keep a presentation? The mind is puzzled, it cannot speak much, isn't it? Okay, but this is also sin. I call it still a presentation. So, go an inch prior to that.
I don't know.
Yeah, you
I don't know what you.
What I see. You, yes, I am sure the mind cannot catch it.
Catch what?
What I see. Which experience you had that you really love and would like to go back to? Because that also is an hindrance. Tell me. Love. Yeah. Yeah. Look well. So, nothing wrong with that, but don't confuse yourself with experiences and presentation. You suffer because of that. So, be free, be just simple as you are in reality. That's good to laugh. Yes.
Oh God. Jesus, what a trip. I never knew that I was that stupid.
I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you that. You are that which cannot be qualified. You can't say anything about yourself. It's not really who you are, you see. That is the beauty, because if you say something of yourself, you can lose it, and then what? So, your real self doesn't have any qualifications, or qualities, or attributes. So you are at peace. You cannot lose anything.
Can you say something about the absolute and the relative? Because the relative is everyday's life.
Yeah.
The absolute things, I think, is a place where
It's yourself.
where you are.
It's your real self, which is always there. But as we are fascinated, we look always and we sense always what appears. It looks like we cover ourselves, and then at some point we are so much hypnotized by what appears, we even confuse ourselves for it. So, in fact, just hear that you can say the absolute, I don't mind. It's even better not to name it. You are yourself. I name it, but it's not much with a quality. You are that, which doesn't depend for its fullness and emptiness on time and space, which are just appearances.
Passing by.
Passing by. And time and space doesn't float like this alone, it floats because there is I, which is rising from the absolute, from where you really are. So I is included in that passing by, as a body, as a mind. It is enough description?
Thank you.
I'm wondering about, you mentioned we're not really our body.
When?
But that we're not really our body, mind.
Yeah.
But there's a very intimate connection with the body. You know, the awareness arising, thirst, hunger, need to sleep. You know, all these arising. So
Sure.
I'm wondering, what is your relationship with your body? Like, can you give some clarity about that?
You need the person you see. If you see me, I'm thirsty, I am hungry, I feel pain if one hurts me, I feel absolutely like any other bodies, any other persons. The thing is, do I confuse myself for this which appears, which will disappear? Or I realize what is, what's the real nature. And then knowing that once for all what appears, including my body and my mind, is in the realm of appearances. But it's the expression of the self also, you see. So that's it. There is no two realities. Once you realize, you don't feel that separation as before. Before, why we speak of illusion and reality is because one feels a separation or something lacking that makes one search for the beyond, for liberation, for whatever word one puts there. Realization make disappear that, because there is no more two. Probably not very understandable, because it cannot be described, but there is no apparent changes in the appearance.
Like the commitment is to the true nature.
Sorry?
The ultimate commitment is to the true nature.
Yes, is the realization. Means the self or the true nature is real now. You see, this image of rope and snake is really quite a good one, because one sees a snake, then friend, come, why you are afraid, why you are anxious, and come near, I see, it's a rope, and so we say the snake disappeared. Actually, there was never a real snake. In that way, you see, it appears, it can still appear, it will disappear when, it's a rope. But there was never a snake, and yet a snake is seen. Like this, the world of appearance. Yeah. Yes.
When will the mind give up or surrender? When is there a point where?
Yeah, when you are so fed up to be in the mind, you just say, I understand what is meant by the mind. Mind is movement, a thought, a feeling, a sense. then I don't go there. In order to realize what I am already, but let it be a fact. Let it be a fact. And the fact is a fact when you don't go there in movements. Is it not simple?
Very simple. I try do this, do that.
So why you ask a question? You went into the mind to ask a question. Did you see that before? That you gave importance to the mind to ask me this question. Did you see it or not? If not, be more vigilant. Hmm? What do you say?
Because I say this question because I do again and again, and
yeah, because you may like your mind. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes. That's the difficulty, otherwise.
once it is very, very easy because I'm that. The second.
Yeah,
because
don't worry, habits. Okay, then do it again, you know. Don't be despaired. Do it. Make it your life. Don't expect. Just do it. I'm happy to hear that you know this split moment of stop. So honor it. Honor it. And this movement that you see, which makes you still say sometimes no, that it's a habit to speak, is not a real talk. Discard it, even if you feel it, discard it. What can feel? Only a body, only a thought, only an emotion. The one you thought you were before, but I'm not this. Radically. The person will not know the absolute or what is always here. The person appears on it. So don't expect an experience of it. Yeah. More? No.
is the self?
Because I searched and I trust my master who said, you suffer because you confuse yourself with something. And I believed him. And I just followed what he told me.
Because if you could experience it.
You cannot experience it. No. This is the real surrender of the person, you see. The person cannot experience it. Otherwise, again, it's temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So it's just...
So just abide where you don't link yourself to experiences, even though they may appear, but you don't give reality to them.
So it's just trust you're having, or faith that there is a self.
You have to trust your teacher, who will speak about that. Sure.
And how does your teacher know?
My teacher.
Yes, because there must be...
Because he went there. He realized his true self. So he speaks from there. That's why I called him not only a teacher, a master. That's the luck. That's the luck. Huh? And when you have fire for freedom, it brings you that meeting. It's the law of the fire. It has to bring you the master who will fit your demand. So you would not have that doubt or question. You see, for anything which is a real problem for oneself, one tries to solve by himself, and if he can't, he asks for help. He goes and tries to find, even on Google nowadays, the answer to it, or on YouTube now. But of course you have to deeply sense or know or try to know, what do I search? That will be precise while searching, while hearing the help which is given to you or what you hear. You will see. That's what I want to realize, that's not. And like this you define your demand.
And is intuition, is that the language of the self? Or?
It is still tuition, it's still you touch something in, so it's deeper than the tuition. But it's still intuition. So it's the language of a person still.
I'm a bit confused.
Yeah. Can I help you?
As far as I understand you,
Yeah.
you're advising us to take everything that arises,
Yeah.
look at it and say, this is not real, this is not me.
Yeah.
And I can see that. But also, I have another teacher,
Yeah.
and he says the same more or less, but he also says, welcome everything that arises.
Uh-huh.
And it seems a bit contradictory.
It is totally opposite, because I take the path of negation. I think the path of negation is easier than the path of telling everything, welcome everything. Because it's because we welcomed so much that we are in trouble. We don't see then somehow the unreal nature of that. And through negation, at some point, you will be left alone. A moment is enough. And you will see that cannot be removed. And that's what you are. You see?
Okay, it's a difficult choice because I feel very much attracted to
No,
this.
understand.
Yeah.
But I cannot speak otherwise.
Yes, I see.
So-
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Just as you were asking the question, this came to me that isn't welcoming, can it also not be the self, that like when we say that everything arises from the self? I don't know. Isn't welcoming
the moment
also?
you realize yourself, first of all, you will have no question about all what rises, because you don't feel any separation. It's the self itself.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, once you don't place yourself in your real self, if you still believe you are a body, then what? You will say that this body is yours, is you, this body is you, this body is you. What? Good luck.
I just somehow feel that through your pointings I can also relate to the welcoming, but not because you speak of welcoming, but just somehow I feel I very much follow what you say, and yet the welcoming doesn't seem contradictory to that.
But you welcome what?
And so I think the fact when I see everything that is not me, all the appearances, that is also a sense of welcoming, not in terms of bringing it to me, but just the fact of seeing. I can only welcome something that is not me. I don't know. And maybe, I apologize if this is getting mental, but I feel intuitively or somehow deep inside that the welcoming does not contradict what I hear from you. But
To me, it's very contradictory.
Okay.
Because you see, you need this quicker and sharper than a laser instant just to not see even what is the mind, what is the senses, what they present, in order to realize what is always there. You see, that seer or that awareness. Because you speak more of a witness than a witness, and that is still a person. Okay, he starts to have some wisdom. Everything is temporary. I let it go. There is a play there, welcoming. This I leave you alone with that. But then, what do you do with the witness now?
Welcome it. I don't know. No, thank you for the clarification.
If you can try your own.
No, I'm not attached to it.
But
Just
I would not even go there.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad it just came up, and I'm glad that I verbalized it, and thank you for the
if it
clarification.
clarifies you,
yes.
it's always better.
Thank you.
You see, welcoming everything. Where are the everything? It is in the world of coming and going. No? It's coming and going. Everything. And that's what we do all our life. So how to realize the background of it? If you welcome, it's always something. And you again miss to just keep quiet in your own self, the background of all this. You see, this negation is just to give you the occasion of a real stopper, of a real waking up to what's always there, to your real nature. And then the rest will not be a problem anymore. And when you welcome everything, who are you?
I am the welcoming.
Yeah, it's like to say, I am the silence, I am the openness, I am the absolute, I am consciousness. Still there is I, which became vaster than the personal I, no doubt about it. It is the vast I, still a I. Still I equal welcoming.
Yeah, if you put words to it, but if you don't put the words to it, it's...
But that's why I never give an attribute to what I am in reality. Because no attribute will do. No. But I just tell my ways. But you are totally, of course. I don't want to exchange or to enter into debate. I guess, no, I continue because it's very interesting. You see, this welcoming makes a very beautiful human being. No doubt about it. Who am I? That projects you, throws you to the background where this can happen.
Ganga, I need your help to clear up something. There was a time today where I could...
Is it enough? Yes. You speak a bit louder. Yeah.
Where I saw that everything was a story, and what I said was I described always something.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know who saw that. Was that I?
It's your choice.
Okay.
I ask the question, why did you go back to I? A bit.
as I'm just sitting with this witness that you mentioned,
Yeah,
I wonder if this is a big obstacle for me.
of course.
That
But
this
you
is-
see it. You see it.
Yes.
You see. You speak about it. So stay from where you see it. Don't jump on the witness. Stay from where you can see it. You are not what you see.
Ganga,
Yes.
Ganga, about this question of who am I use it, for instance, when I wake up at night sometimes,
Yeah.
and mostly not very pleasant dreams. It's not often, but it happens.
Yeah.
And then it helps me to pose that question, who is this having this dream, you know?
Yeah.
Who am I having this dream? Who is this? And it helps in the sense of I calm down, I detach from it,
Yeah.
but I never get an answer. I mean, sometimes I fall asleep again, which is nice, and sometimes there's just nothing there. There's just nothing there.
This is the answer. But don't go on saying my true nature is nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But that's what worries me. Because I wouldn't like to say about myself, I'm nothing.
But it's not true too.
No.
It is the maximum the mind can conceive because it cannot go there. Because there is no more presentation. So he cannot say there is something. He will say there is nothing. Wonderful. Finally, not troubled, freed from something. Keep quiet there. This is the answer. And this is what is always there. Even if you fly here and there, you always go back there. and that even was aware of what's going on. Buddha said, sunyata means devoided of a presentation, devoided of something. He didn't say it's nothingness, it's emptiness as it is perpetuated and transmitted. He said devoided of something.
Okay. Well, now I know that I'm a seeker and seeking for liberation. And, but I'm living in a life occupied by people who are not. And they confuse.
Yeah.
How do I deal with that?
You just be yourself and it will be spontaneous, don't worry. But be busy in being yourself. Be busy searching,
yes,
investigating who you really are, and just react according to your circumstances.
Yes.
Have that interest as priority.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, what happened to you? Oh, yeah. Good? Good direction? Okay, then you can go back to Budapest. Where is the microphone? Doesn't work.
Kell csatlakozik a kellemetlenség azzal, hogy van egy ilyen sejtelmem, hogy értek ebből, hogy egy bizonyosság, hogy valamit sejtek, de nem akarom ezt az arroganciát így, hogy mondjam, így megtartani, mert nem tudom elhinni ezek után, hogy ez is valós.
I have a guessing or a feeling that I understand you, but at the same time I don't want to be proud again to go with this.
Well, remove the second thought, that would be good. You see, this understanding is to free you from thoughts, to spot more quicker what is the mind, what it means, the mind. What comes and goes is what one calls it the mind. Hmm? So thank you very much.